Welcome to the VCU-ACE From Breakfast to Bedtime video series. Families often struggle with understanding the importance of daily routines and understanding the sheer amount of learning that happens throughout regular, everyday routines. In this video, we'll help families understand what their young child is learning through toileting routines. When starting toilet training, young children and their parents or caregivers often spend a lot of time in the bathroom. While this might seem like a task where the child only learns how to use the toilet, there are actually a surprising number of learning opportunities that occur. Since so many families spend so much time supporting their child through toilet training, let's go over all the different skills and learning involved. Let's think about what actually happens when a parent or caregiver helps support a child to use the toilet. First, some young children who are moving from diapers to toileting have developed an awareness of being wet, dirty, or uncomfortable. Other children who are in the first stages of toilet training are learning to recognize the urge to use the bathroom and are learning to hold it until they can get to a bathroom. Parents can support the child by acknowledging what is happening and labeling body parts or bodily functions. While some children may be speaking and telling families that they have the urge to go, other children may not be speaking yet and may rely on augmentative and alternative forms of communication, such as sign language, pointing to pictures, or even using a device that can speak for them. A parent can help this child by also acknowledging what is happening and by modeling multiple forms of communication. In other words, this parent can say, "It looks like you have to go potty," but can also model how to use sign language or point to a picture the child uses, or even model pushing the button on a communication device at the same time. When parents and caregivers help a child move towards independently using the toilet, they are supporting a wide variety of skills, including a child's sense of body awareness, self-care, and regulation. These skills are useful far beyond the bathroom walls. Once a parent and child are in the bathroom, there are other skills a child learns besides body awareness and regulation, though. When you think about it, there are many steps the child must learn to use the bathroom independently. The child learns that first they must take off pants and pull-ups or push down pants and underwear. Next, they learn to sit on the toilet, use the toilet, and clean up. Finally, they learn to put a pull-up and pants back on or pull up their underwear and clothes. While this might sound pretty simple, just think about what a child is learning. A child is learning how to sequence the correct steps of toileting, but also practicing fine motor skills like unbuttoning and buttoning clothes, or unzipping and zipping zippers. A child is also using gross motor skills and motor planning when they push down pants or take their legs out of pull-ups. Children who are learning to use the toilet are also learning new vocabulary, learning to understand what is being said around them, and are learning how to follow simple directions. A parent or caregiver might also try to help the child stay on the toilet by singing silly songs, making up rhymes, or even asking questions. If the child takes a toy with them into the bathroom, parents and caregivers can talk about the toy and describe it, or the child might have an opportunity to comment on the toy. This helps children practice a really important skill called joint attention. Joint attention is when a child and parent share attention on the same thing. The time spent together in the bathroom encourages attention, engagement, and participation between child and caregiver. The time spent toilet training is also another great opportunity to practice serve and return. Remember, serve and return refers to the back and forth nature to the interactions between parents or caregivers and their child. Back and forth interactions can include conversations, but it can also include interactions that are based solely on body language. If a child isn't speaking yet or uses alternative forms of communication, the parents can support the child by modeling sign language while also labeling different items and waiting for the child to respond, or pointing to pictures or visual supports during the process and waiting for the child to respond. Or a parent can support a child by modeling how to use a communication device and then wait for the child to respond. Remember, no matter what form of communication a child uses, practice the pause and wait for the child to give a response. The whole experience provides a child with a wealth of opportunities for learning vocabulary, commenting, and answering questions, practicing using other forms of communication like sign language, and provides opportunities for learning about nonverbal communication like facial expressions, body language, and tone of voice. Children also receive natural consequences throughout the process as parents and caregivers provide social praise such as, "Great job," or "Yay, you did it." In other situations, parents might follow that with a special item like a sticker, or with a favorite activity like playing on an iPad as reinforcement for using the bathroom, which is a really big deal. As you can see, young children learn a lot from toileting routines. Some tips for parents and caregivers include: be positive. While no one particularly enjoys sitting in the bathroom next to the toilet, try to focus on the positive interactions and learning that happens during this brief time. Remember, children are learning about more than just toilet training during their time in the bathroom with caregivers. Some children may require more support throughout the process. For example, some children may need to include times for toileting on their schedule. This is especially helpful for children who struggle with body awareness and have difficulty recognizing the urge to go. Other children may need a visual support that helps them understand the steps of removing clothes, sitting on the toilet, flushing, wiping, and then putting clothes back on. It may also be important to use a first-then schedule with some children who are struggling with motivation and participation. A first-then schedule helps the child see that while they first must do something they may not really enjoy, like going to the bathroom, when they are done, then they get access to a toy or activity that they really like. Some parents and caregivers may need to prompt their child into doing each step of the toileting process. This might be a simple point to the toilet paper to remind a child to clean up, a quick verbal reminder of "don't forget to flush," or even putting hands over the child's as you guide them through the act of buttoning pants. For more information about what children learn through routines, check out all the other videos in our From Breakfast to Bedtime series at www.vcuautismcenter.org/earlychildhood.